Prince Charles will move into Buckingham Palace when he becomes king, with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge potentially taking over Windsor Castle. In recent years there has been speculation that the official London residence of the monarch will become a working hub for the monarchy, with no members of the royal family in residence, and opened up more to the public as a visitor attraction. But Prince of Wales is firmly of the view that it's the visible symbol of the monarchy in the nation's capital and therefore must be his home. There is no question about it, a source revealed yesterday. HRH's view is that you need a monarch at Monarchy HQ. This has never been in doubt. Buckingham Palace is one of the most iconic buildings in the world, first used as the official London residence for British monarchs by Queen Victoria in 1837. It is also a working building, hosting almost 100,000 guests and attracting more than 15 million tourists every year. The 775-room building is undergoing a £369 million, taxpayer-funded refurbishment. Its electrical cabling, plumbing and heating have not been updated since the 1950s, while almost every room is in need of a complete overhaul to prevent long-term damage to the building and its contents. All members of the royal family, including the Queen, have moved out while the colossal project is underway. It is due to be completed in 2027. It has been repeatedly reported that Charles has decided not to relocate to the palace when it is ready to be lived in again and he accedes to the throne. But sources have told this is categorically untrue. The Prince of Wales will not move into Buckingham Palace before he is king. But when he is, he absolutely will, a source said. Just like the Queen, it will effectively be in the flat above the shop. He feels it is right, just as the Queen does, to work out of Buckingham Palace. The palace will still be a working and entertaining hub and will also still be open to visitors. It is a hugely important tourist attraction. But the prince can still live there at the same time, much like he does at Highgrove, which is also open to the public. It is likely to be turned into a work or entertaining hub, with a view to one of the Cambridge's children living there in the future. William and Kate will keep their domestic and work base at Kensington Palace. They have lived there in apartment 1A since 2017. The couple also have Anmer Hall on the Sandringham estate in Norfolk, given to them by the Queen. Sources said they believe the couple will ultimately inherit Windsor Castle. It is likely Anmer Hall will revert to the Queen or her heir, who would rent it out. However, we know Harry's bombshell autobiography is about to hit the shelves, and given the strained relationship he continues to have with his father after his self-imposed exile in the US, some will be expecting more than a brief mention of Camilla's role in his life. Harry's mother Diana didn't only hate Camilla, she blamed her for ruining the royal fairy tale. Now that this same woman will ultimately be Queen Consort may well pick at scars which Harry has had since his boyhood. What he says or omits could well be the next challenge for Operation PB, which isn't over yet. Speaking to GB News on Monday, royal family expert Angela Levin, who wrote Harry, Conversations with the Prince in 2018, suggested how Prince Harry has changed from someone who was charismatic and intuitive to being bitter, angry and hard done by. GB News anchor Eamon Holmes asked the royal expert whether the Prince Harry you knew then and the one she knows now are two different people. Ms. Levin replied, unrecognizable. She explained, I spent over a year with Prince Harry, he was charismatic, he was intuitive like his mother, brilliant with people who had been amazed physically or mentally, very funny. There was the occasional dark cloud that came over him, you could see that he had difficulties in his life but he was terrific, I really enjoyed every minute I spent with him. But Ms. Levin suggested that Prince Harry is a thing of the past as she reeled off a raft of very different character traits. She claimed, now he is bitter, he is angry, he feels hard done by, which is astonishing for somebody who is living in a £1 million house with 16 toilets. And he feels he has got to have to revenge, that is the real world and that is what is so terrible. He wants revenge on the royal family for how they have treated him and his mother. Ms. Levin went on to claim how Prince Harry could also attack his family left, right and center in his upcoming memoirs due out later this year. She suggested Prince Harry has also changed what he feels about his father following what she called a very moving conversation when he guest edited Radio 4's Today program in December 2017. Ms. Levin said, I remember when Prince Harry was the guest editor on the Today program, he could have several people along who he wanted to talk to about various issues he cared about. He also chose to have his father there and it was the most moving conversation you could imagine, where he apologized for being rude about him, how he realized as he got older how wonderful he was. It was very warming, and now suddenly he is a monster, he just doesn't like his father and does anything to upset him.